Rebonjour YouTube. C'est la suite, hein. On a été bloqué de la salle des ballets. Chez des ballets.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons.
Ah, il ouvre direct.
Hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
What a surprise. Il se fout de ma gueule tout le long, quoi. Bon, au bout d'un moment, je vous demanderai quelles sont les fins rigolotes à faire, parce que j'aurai plus d'idées sur où aller, quoi.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Bon, ne tombons pas.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Je suis qui va devoir attendre. Alors qu'il y a toutes les VOD. Ben oui. C'est une stratégie, c'est pour aller sur Twitch.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Mais non, c'est les indestructibles, on l'a dit la première fois qu'on est venu ici.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible
Cette salle, elle est trop bizarre.
another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Bon, la première fois, on avait donc appuyé sur
When at last he
off.
found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Et là, on peut tomber ou pas? Alors, j'appuie sur on cette fois.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think.
5!
And I believe you'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground.
Ça marche pas!
Everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Explosion!
Est-ce que j'étais censé trouver un vrai code? Est-ce que vous sauriez me répondre si j'étais censé trouver un vrai code sans me le dire?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh! New content?
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you. When Stanley found a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ah, je voulais juste... Merde, je sais pas, moi...
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Tout droit, ça vous plaît plus? On l'a déjà fait, hein, tout droit, mais je sais pas combien il y a de fins là-dedans.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Le téléphone? Comme ça, le téléphone.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
On peut
gotten
pas aller
off on the
là?
wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Danger everywhere. Il y a au moins 4 fins différentes. Bah, on en a fait une en allant là-bas. On en a fait une dans le conduit. Et on fait une troisième ici. Après, il y en a peut-être plusieurs là-bas, mais... Ah, il n'y a plus de saut passer ce point. Hein. Soyez prêts, il n'y a plus de bucket.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want?
Ta-na-na-na-na-na. Ta-na-na-na-na-na.
Here, yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Oh.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Cher journal, aujourd'hui, j'ai pris de la drogue. C'était vraiment très sympa. J'ai passé un bon moment. Fin.
Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Ok.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Cher journal, aujourd'hui, j'ai repris de la drogue. J'ai rencontré Josiane sur la colline du crack. Elle semblait vraiment en forme. Pas de news du mémo. Enfin.
No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
D'accord.
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Cher journal. Josiane est morte, étouffée dans son propre vomi. Je considère l'idée d'arrêter la drogue.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
Ok, d'accord. Cher journal. En fait, Josiane n'est pas morte. Du coup, je peux continuer la drogue.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Cher journal, ferme un peu ta gueule. Josiane semble être une création de mon esprit. Elle m'affirme le contraire.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Je retourne dans la salle. Cher journal. J'ai perdu toute ma famille dans un accident de zodiaque. Néanmoins, j'appréhende l'avenir avec un grand sourire. PS. Josiane t'embrasse. J'ai la ref. Alors, on a la ref de l'accident de Zodiac et... Je pense devenir vendeur de Zodiac. C'est parti.
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving. Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Tu me fatigues.
No. No, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Cher journal, je vais rejoindre Josiane. Je vais faire un triple axel sauté, low kick, balayette rotatif arrière pour impressionner le juge.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Le juge n'a pas apprécié. C'est long cette fin.
Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Cher journal, aujourd'hui, j'ai rencontré Sophie d'avant. Elle voulait me refourguer un faux placard Louis XVI. J'ai pas compris son délire. Elle déconne vraiment, Sophie. Je vais de ce pas en parler à Josiane. Les Xanax se font rare. Ah, un message de...
Bonjour, brioche inférieure à 3.
J'entends Josiane dans ma tête. Elle me demande si Sophie d'avant est sympa dans la vraie vie. Je lui réponds non. Envoyé.
No, perhaps not.
Ça n'a aucun sens ce que je vous raconte, j'ai aucune imagination. Plutôt thé ou café, Josiane?
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Cher jour...
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Cher journal. Alors c'était une fin très intéressante. La 13e raison.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Fin du journal. Oh!
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Point, 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 point. Point, 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 point.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Merci Quickers, au fait, je t'avais pas remercié. Et du coup, Elder is playing. Elder is playing, voilà. Merci à toi.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Overwatch vibe.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. C'est le bureau de Miranda Priestley. Oh là là, regardez ça, on a l'impression qu'on est chez Webedia là. C'est incroyable. Oh là 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 là, c'est moderne.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Ça me fait rire. Josiane. Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. Just the two of us. Ils ont mis un pigeon à la place de Apple. LOL. We can make it if we try. T'as compris? Meeting at 2 p.m. C'est le mémo, ça, je crois. Ouais, ça ressemble. Hein. Every pause button is a roman number 2. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. You are the sequel. Oh là là, je te jure, on dirait un truc... Oh là là. Oh là là, ça me fout des angoisses là. Tu sais, ce genre d'événement où tu invites des influenceurs et puis tu leur fais croire qu'ils sont exceptionnels parce que tout est un peu luxueux comme ça. Ouf.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Ouvrir stanleyparable2.com. That's new. Il y a une vidéo YouTube. Oula. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Attendez, je vais partager le lien. We can make it if we try. Pardon. Pic, je le mets chez toi parce que je sais pas où le copier. Puis comme ça, je le récupère. Ah bah j'ai pas... Oh putain. Discord. Copier le lien. Putain. We can make it if we try. Oh, ça dure 10 minutes!
Taking care of you once your original parents are sent back in time to fight a secret war for the government. Sequels can be very fashionable. Lack of humor, bucking, which are, of course, the sequel to Pig. Tell your friends to bully their parents as well.
Ok, bon, je vous laisse regarder ça si vous voulez. Hein. C'est vous qui voyez. Ok, c'était très intéressant.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Ouais, c'est ça, c'est le Companion Cube 2.0.
J'adore rire.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Le bucket. Bon, bah j'ai un seau.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Ah!
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
À quel point ça vaut trigger qu'on n'aille pas jusqu'à 0 là? Collectibles. Oui, ça vient du jeu, le tic-tic. You can find them, you Find them, can find them. Collect them all.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Un amiibo. Oh là là.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Oh, il y a un trou infini. New Easy Achievement. Oh là là, des récompenses faciles. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a écrit? World of Warcraft. Ah d'accord.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's a simple... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Ah, la machine à succès est cassée.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Please, no screenshot. Ah mais non, mais on était déjà là.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Le gouffre infini. On craint rien, on a le seau magique. C'est ta mère. Cher journal. J'arrive.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Y a quelqu'un qui connaît et qui sait si on peut trouver un truc marrant au fond?
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole?
On attend, ok.
Certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even... Oh, for heaven... You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up.
On va y retourner, hein.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Josiane? Oula. Ah, ça descend! Ça va être très très long si ça va tout en bas, ça. C'est parti! Merci à toutes. Merci à tous. Ce fut une expérience enrichissante. Josiane, arrêtez ça!
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley?
Ah.
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Ah. Toujours surprenant.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. On n'a pas vu le meilleur fond. Ah, il y avait un autre truc marrant. Une petite porte. Épilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Paramètres champion du monde. Trou presque sans fond. Succès gratuit. Ils l'ont renommé. Oh. That's new. Je peux plus monter sur les chaises. Yes.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind.
Est-ce qu'il va vraiment dire mon nom?
You are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name.
Jim.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally, dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Et là, Josiane.
Jim.
Yes!
Pourquoi il y a ma souris maintenant qui est là?
What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you.
Merci.
Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal value. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Jim. On n'a jamais revu la fougère.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Red is the new orange. What? Qui a... On est en 2005? Pourquoi ils nous font... C'est trop bizarre. Notre téléphone à côté des haut-parleurs, là. sais pas où je suis pas allé encore. J'ai fait les collectibles, les free easy achievements. Paramètres. Peut-être qu'il faut aller dans paramètres. On retourne dans le trou. Un screenshot où il y a marqué please no screenshot? Ah, je sais pas. J'ai peur qu'avec OBS et tout le tout team... Le tout team... Jam. Bah ça n'a rien fait. Tu veux savoir si tu as manqué quelque chose? Oui, pourquoi pas me dire... Juste si j'ai manqué quelque chose sans me dire forcément où, mais... Enfin, c'est forcé là, je veux dire, sinon je suis bloqué quoi. Peut-être retourner dans le trou pour revenir au début, je sais pas. Mais il y a peut-être une salle, un couloir que j'ai pas pris. Tout bêtement. Ah, attends. On l'avait pas fait ça. Ah oui, attends. Sortie. Duh.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
New mug. Ouh.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Je suis dans les paramètres. Bon, YouTube... À plus tard.